Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It is Marty Brill here on December. Where are we at? The 16th. Wow. Halfway through the month already, but we still got some fishing to talk about. Not as much as we did have, but we do have some areas of interest I'll tell you all about when I come back in just a second.
Welding. It's ultimately the use of lightning to fuse metals and steel together. And at Wanchi's Metalworks, that's what they do best. Specializing in marine fabrication and repair on sport and commercial fishing vessels, Wanchi's Metalworks does fuel tank fabrication, rod racks, rocket launchers, T-tops, towers, struts, rudders, trim tabs, and green sticks, just to name a few. They also do interior and exterior handrails and stainless kitchen work too. Whether it's MIG and TIG or arc welding, Wanchi's Metalworks does it all. They're the realest of the real when it comes to metal and steel. Wanchi's Metalworks, 102 CB Daniels Road, Wanchi's.
Boasting phenomenal seafood dishes, a great menu, and waterfront views with deck seating, Striper's Bar and Grill at the Shallowbag Bay Marina in Manio serves a casual, fun-filled dining experience with an Outer Banks flair. With 3 floors to choose from, you're bound to find the perfect seat for you and yours while enjoying great food and fantastic drinks. To see our menu and to catch a glimpse of the beautiful views, go online to stripersbarandgrill.com. Striper's Bar and Grill at the Shallowbag Bay Marina in Manio, where everyone's a VIP.
There is not a whole lot to report in the offshore report, but we do have these bluefin tuna north of us and south of us. Actually, these bluefins are our winter tuna fishery, and they can get really big, up to 800 pounds. Highly regulated, and the way that breaks down is, I think it's 47 to 73 inches is one limit, and it might be something like 2 per day. But then over 73 inches and right on up to 800 pounds, that would be like 400 to 800 pounds. You keep 1 per year per boat. So how do you decide who gets to keep that one if you're a captain? I don't know. It's above my pay grade. But they have been catching them up at Rudee Inlet the last few days in both of the size categories. Of course, we've been talking about some 700-pounders that are caught down around Morehead City. And other than that, I just haven't heard of much on the tuna front. There's been a few yellowfins and a few blackfins when the weather permits, but it's been a little bit slow on the yellowfins this fall. And of course, most everything else is headed for warmer water, headed south. We're not seeing any more billfish to speak of. We're not seeing any more mahi. We're not seeing even the wahoos that usually will stay on and be one of the last things to leave our area. But we've had a good summer. Nobody is complaining. In the surf, you can divide it up into 3 species, sea mullet, black drum, and puppy drum. Now that would be all the way from the Virginia state line to Ocracoke, but the sea mullet bite on Hatteras Island has been really good. Some of them catching them 2 at a time. There's also, I mentioned the black drum. They're mostly small, 3 to 8 pounds. That's a very, very good eating size for a black drum. And then most of the red drum, our state fish, are puppy drum. So not bad. Now, that's surf fishing I'm talking about. Water temperatures now in the low 50s, but the sea mullet have been with us all summer long, and it's been really, that's one of the best eating fish you can catch. Widely agreed upon that by all kinds of people, but especially people that are local and have a favorite thing. Go out this time of year and get those sea mullet in the cold water. It's really some good eating. Now, we do still have a few piers left open, and that would be Avalon Pier and Jeanette's Pier on limited hours. The Bonner Bridge Pier down there at Oregon Inlet, it stays open year-round, but you might want to call ahead to find out where you're at on the time, because they have limited hours now this time of year. So we'll take a little break, and I'll be right back to tell you about this really good speckled trout fishing going on in the backcountry.
Scrambling around to different stores, in and out of the car multiple times to make sure you have everything you need for the beach, that can be such a hassle. But not with the Breeze Through in Avon. Breeze Through is your one stop for gas, beer, drinks, ice, sandwiches, snacks, coffee, sunscreen, and the best part? You don't even have to get out of your vehicle. That's right, just sit tight. Breeze Through will bring everything you need right to your car. Looking for a keg for a special event or gathering? Breeze Through is the only store on Hatteras Island who sells them. Breeze Through Avon, milepost 55, and online at breezethroughobx.com.
So the speckled trout bite is really good. The speckled trout basically are all over the sound. A little bit heavier concentration seem to be on the western Pamlico, which is the sound we're talking about in this case. Belhaven has had a good bite. We've had a real good bite around Swan Quarter over that way. Literally, some of the boats are catching 60, 70, 80 speckled trout a day. Of course, you have limits on all that stuff. You have a creel limit and a size limit. So be sure you know what you're doing and brush up on the law a little bit. But that is really good fishing. Some of them, I was talking to Captain Dickie Harris on the Fantastic out of Oregon Inlet, who loves to go over there this time of year and go speckled trout fishing. And he caught a 6-pounder. That's a really big speckled trout. There's still a few bluefish around back there as well, and even a puppy drum or two. But mainly all the rage is about the speckled trout bite. So go do that. If you say, well, how do I do that? My recommendation is to find a good, reputable guide with a good reputation and go do it with a professional. And you'll learn the technique, you'll learn the rigs, and you're just about guaranteed to catch some trout. And then go out and do it in your own boat. So that's really our whole fishing report. So I apologize for my voice. Been out in the cold, and my voice doesn't do as good as it used to when I was 20. Of course, neither does anything else. But anyway, that's our fishing report for you. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're getting your Christmas shopping out of the way. It's a great time of year. And you know what? There's nobody easier to shop for than a fisherman. So keep that in mind. Have a blessed day.